Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt like something was wrong with you? Like everyone else seemed okay, but somehow you weren't? Or walked into a room full of people and felt like you were the only one who didn't belong? Maybe you've achieved something important, yet instead of feeling proud, you immediately focus on what wasn't good enough. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not broken. Nobody is born hating themselves. Most often, we learn it when we grow up feeling ignored or emotionally neglected. Imagine a child proudly showing a drawing to a parent who barely looks up. Then it happens again and again. Eventually, the child stops sharing their excitement. Years later, the parent may be gone, but the message remains. It becomes the inner critic. Many people blame themselves because it feels safer than facing the truth. They think, maybe if I become better, people will finally love me. When you grow up feeling unseen, you start comparing yourself to everyone else and convincing yourself they're somehow better than you.
But comparison doesn't stop there. Over time, it turns into something deeper. Shame. Not shame about what you've done. Shame about who you believe you are. You begin to think you're less worthy, less lovable, and less important than everyone around you. Feeling unlovable doesn't mean you are unlovable. It simply means you've spent years hearing the wrong story. A story written by neglect, rejection, and pain. The voice that tells you you're not enough isn't your true voice. It's a voice you learned. And anything learned can be unlearned. Because the child who felt invisible was never worthless. They were simply waiting for the love and understanding they deserved all along.
The first step is recognizing that voice. When your inner critic speaks, label it as something learned, not who you are today. Next, ask yourself a simple question. What would I say to a friend who felt this way? Then try saying those same words to yourself. Take one small act of self-respect every day. Not something huge, just one small choice that tells yourself you matter. Let at least one safe person see the real you. Healing doesn't happen in complete isolation. Every time you're heard, respected, or understood, your brain learns something new. Maybe I matter after all. Feeling unlovable is not a fact. It's a story created by painful experiences you never deserved.
The child who felt invisible was never worthless. They were simply waiting for the love and understanding they needed. And maybe today is the day you begin writing a different story about yourself. Healing isn't about becoming a different person. It's about letting go of the lies you've carried for far too long. Remember this. You were never the problem. You were always worthy of love, respect, and being seen. And your healing journey can begin today.
For years, you may have been living by a story written by pain. But today, you have a choice. Keep repeating the old story or begin writing a new one. The beliefs that tell you you're not enough aren't facts. They're old messages that were repeated so often, they started to sound like the truth. And every time you challenge those messages, you're teaching your brain something new about who you really are. Healing doesn't mean the pain never existed. It means the pain no longer controls your entire life. Imagine giving your younger self the kindness, understanding, and support they never received. That's where true healing begins. Every boundary you set, every time you say no, every moment you protect your peace, you prove to yourself that your needs matter. And every healthy relationship reminds you that real love doesn't have to be earned through perfection. Self-love isn't one giant leap. It's a series of small steps repeated over time. Some days will be difficult, But every step forward is proof that you're growing beyond the story that once defined you.
You were never broken. You were never too much. And you were never the problem. If there's one thing I hope you remember, it's this. The child who felt invisible was never unworthy of love. They were simply waiting to be seen. Healing doesn't happen overnight, but every act of self-compassion moves you closer to the person you were always meant to be. You are worthy. You matter. And your story is far from over.
If you enjoyed this psychology breakdown, subscribe for more simple ideas that help you understand yourself and the world around you.